call it in the ring.
Call the ring.
I had something different in mind
Two different.
for this week. I had a couple of different ideas,
Yeah.
but then earlier today on Sunday, as we're recording this, Tony Khan dropped, "Hey, we're gonna release the names of all the participants in the Continental Classic, and it's gonna be at 10:30 at night on the East Coast." I'm like,
What an asshole.
okay, like I don't know why you're doing this way at this time or whatever. It happens to be though in the middle of us recording, so we're gonna
Yeah.
talk about it.
Yeah, we stopped. We literally stopped recording and went and watched it. Came back.
Yeah,
so we can talk about this.
Yes, both of us absolutely adored last year's Continental Classic.
Hell yeah, I did.
It was one of the few bright spots in a really kind of spotty year for AEW. Like it really ended the year on a bit more positive, of a high, hopeful note.
Yeah, for sure.
And so, like, as soon as we found this out, Aaron texted me. He's like, "This is what's going to happen." I'm like, maybe we should do that.
Yeah.
The other stuff we were going to talk about this week is not time sensitive. So this is timely. So let's talk about it. So
now, do you want to split this? Do you want to like you do gold and I'll do blue, or do you just want to go down the list of both and like just talk about each one individually? Or
let's first list the participants in each league.
Okay.
And then we can talk about possibilities.
Okay.
So do you want to do blue? You want to list gold or blue?
I'll do blue.
Okay.
So for our blue league, we have our reigning and defending champion, Kazuchika Okada, as well as Kyle Fletcher, Daniel Garcia, Mark Briscoe, Shelton Benjamin, and the Beast Mortos.
Yeah, baby.
Yes.
Gold. In the gold league, we have Will Ospreay, Juice Robinson, Brody King, Ricochet, Claudio Castagnoli, and Darby Allin.
Oh, man.
Holy crap, what a field.
Man, like, oh, man.
Across both leagues, what a freaking field. I am so excited about the possibilities for this.
Oh, me too.
I can't call a winner yet.
Honestly. Oh, no, I can't.
There are a lot of stories. There are a lot of stories that are interweaving, just like last year. So it's like, okay, well, which one of these is going to take like top precedent here? So, I mean, we know that the winner of the blue league and the winner of the gold league are going to face each other. Yeah. So we've got a couple of interesting options that immediately stand out. Like to me, the one that immediately stands out is Kyle Fletcher rematching with Will Ospreay. We were talking about where do we go from here? Maybe this is where they go from here.
Right. Maybe it is. I mean, obviously, I think Kazuchika Okada is probably going to take Blue League. I expect it because he's defending champion. However, what I like about this entire field on both sides is that I can't tell you who actually is going to win because of the way this is done. Now, the only one that I'm pretty sure of how it's going to turn out for this person is Mark Briscoe. And the only reason I say this is because since Mark Briscoe last year was our penny.
Yeah.
Mark Briscoe ate the pin for freaking everybody last year, except like one match, I think.
Yeah.
I forget who it was against, but I think he won. Yeah, I think he lost everything but
Jay
one
Lethal.
match against Jay Lethal. Okay, so Mark Briscoe.
Because Jay Lethal was the only one to escape the tournament with no points.
Yeah. So since then, he's got and lost the ROH World Heavyweight Championship. I think he's still going to eat the pins again this year, but I think that his involvement in him being the pin eater as a former ROH World Champion is how Tony Khan is going to raise the bar of this tournament. Like, hey, the person who did the worst was a former ROH World Champion. Yeah. So it's not like we have jobbers or just one-off guys in this tournament. We don't do that. Yeah. Now, that contrary to popular belief, I don't see Speedball Mike Bailey on this list.
Yeah.
That was a big thing. Everybody was assuming
to
see a speedball on here, and he's not on here. So that actually furthers my belief that Tony Khan is trying to make this a premier wrestling tournament, and that we are going to, at the end of this, say the guy who did the worst was the ROH World Champion this year, and everybody else is that much better. Wow, like this tournament really is a high level of competition because we have G1 winners on here. We have Super Junior winners on here. We've got the Beast Mortos on here, which is a complete wild card because I think he has a chance to win it.
Oh my God, I love so many of these competitors.
It
would be so great to see the Beast Mortos in there. I really just fear that he's in there to be the Jay Lethal, though. I really, because like he doesn't win. I love Mortos, but he doesn't win. Like,
well, maybe he's going to eat the pins instead of Briscoe, and maybe maybe Briscoe's going to come out of this looking better. You know what though? I don't even think who wins this or who loses this is my favorite part of what I'm looking at right here, because what I'm looking at right here is a list of some matches that we haven't seen yet that I am suddenly very excited about, like Juice Robinson versus Will Ospreay.
Yeah.
Fuck around and find out.
Mismatch of that. Like,
dude,
you know, the one that I'm most interested in, the ones that I'm most interested in are Darby Allin versus Will Ospreay and Ricochet.
Oh, yeah.
Like those two. Yeah. I want to see those real bad.
Yeah.
Real bad.
Or I mean, if we're looking at the other side, Kazuchika Okada versus Shelton Benjamin.
Yes. Give it to me. I want
Shelton Benjamin versus Beast Mortos. Like, basically, I am like, I could go through here and be like, this guy versus Shelton Benjamin. And I'm going to be hyped for the match as soon as it's come out of my mouth. Like, I am so ecstatic for this. Like,
it's so good.
WWE, I love you, but I really am going to be watching a lot more AEW over the next week. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, next 6 weeks are all going to be Continental Classic, baby.
Yeah, Continental Classic.
I mean, I cannot. I absolutely can't wait for some of these matches. I love, you know, it's weird. Like, Americans tend to, in sporting events anyway, they tend to be single elimination tournaments. They don't usually do the round robin thing. That's much more of an international, European really thing.
Yeah.
They do that a lot more in their sports than we do in ours. So having this kind of tournament, it already feels unique. You know, WWE, to my knowledge, has never done anything other than a single elimination tournament. Sometimes you have buys, and sometimes people who are eliminated earlier have to fill in because somebody got injured, whether it's kayfabe or otherwise. But other than that, like, they haven't even sniffed anything like this. So this automatically stands out, and you get, with the fields being put out ahead of time, although they did it in the worst way. Like, you're going to tell us that you're going to do this on a random Sunday night. You're going to do it at 10:30 at night on YouTube. Like, this is like, I don't know who's running the show there on, in terms of like social media and marketing or whatever, but like, you couldn't, I don't know. Like, I don't know why. None of these names were like, you could have announced literally any of these ahead of time, because it didn't really matter. Like, I mean, maybe Ricochet, maybe, but like, Danny Garcia is the TNT champion now. I don't see Jack Perry anywhere in this field, so it wouldn't have mattered. Like, the world champion isn't even in it. Orange Cassidy isn't even in it, so it's not like you'd be giving away those results. Like, Ricochet is really the only one you can kind of make a case for, but even then, like, you could just have him enter as the international champion if you already had Danny Garcia entering as TNT champion. Why not? Why the heck not? So, you've already set the precedent by putting Danny in there regardless. So, I guess my point is, like, you could have really built the hype by doing this 2 weeks ago on TV. So I don't know why you didn't. I mean, did you want to do the match with Darby and Claudio first, so that you could give him a chance for Allen to seek a rematch? Because in the hype video that they said they announced Claudio first, and then they said that Darby entered the tournament specifically to counteract Claudio.
Yeah. So when did you know? Like,
yeah, like I it regardless, despite the weirdness of how it was announced, I'm so hyped for this. I want to see literally every match combination here. Like none of these sound like a bad match. Even the Juice Robinson matches, like I mean, he's so entertaining, even if he's not like to the level of a wrestler as some of these other guys. That like he's gonna make things entertaining. He's gonna be a guy who's eating a lot of pins for sure. But I mean, there's no chance in hell that Juice Robinson is winning the Continental Classic. But I guarantee you, he's going to pull something entertaining out of his butt. And
oh yeah, absolutely.
He's going to make it memorable, and he's going to add a little bit of levity to an otherwise very serious thing. And like, I'm here for it. I mean, look at the variety of styles and and experience in this tournament. It's amazing. Yeah. This is why I love it's so funny. Like I posted on somebody's Blue Sky post. I can't remember who it was now, but they said, oh, it's I love this is my favorite time of the year, Continental Classic season. It's like there's only been one, so like the fact that he's saying this, he's calling it a season as if this isn't just the second one that they've ever held, as if it's something that's established with a long, rich history. The fact that I'm agreeing with him and saying, yeah, this is the best time of the year speaks to how good the first one was. So I'm so looking forward to this.
Yeah.
Super, super stoked.
Yeah, I am too, man. I'm super hyped about this one. I can't wait.
So I guess if I had one last thing to say on the Continental Classic is if you are one of our listeners who watches only WWE, I would recommend catching the matches online. Even you don't necessarily even need to watch the shows if you don't want to, but this tournament is worth your time. If you like wrestling, like the bell to bell stuff, this is gonna be like the best thing for the next month, guaranteed. Absolutely. You're gonna like what you see, and if you are, just an AEW stand, well, I mean, we're gonna be fed really well this month.
Yeah, they sure are. I'm getting fed really well because I watch both.
Yeah.
Shout out to NXT that I keep watching. Man,
oh, you did watch this week.
I did watch that this week too. I watch NXT. I might just start watching it every week. It was good. It's a nice hour that I can sit down and watch wrestling and know that I don't have to critically think about it at all.
Yeah.
I don't have to review it or anything like that. So I kind of just enjoy watching it. And their women's division goes hard. Like I can't say that enough. Like
yeah,
their women's division goes fucking hard, man. I'm down. So yeah, I like it a lot. But yeah, as far as like the Continental Classic here, I mean, yeah, I'm looking at this, I'm like, Beast Mortos in one league, and I get all those matches with him, and then Juice in the other league, and I get all those matches with him. And I'm a huge fan of both of those guys. So regardless of what happens with them as far as winning or anything, this is a win for me. It's a win for everybody. I mean, just some of the match combinations that we get, everybody's gonna love. And also we're gonna see like how many of these guys are truly adaptable professional wrestlers, because there are wildly inconsistent value and varying of styles in this field on both sides, and it's going to be like a real like, hey man, like you it's kind of like a home cook going on Master Chef, like, all right, you're good, but now we're going to throw you in a ring with 20 other people who are all equally good and do all different things than you do.
Yeah.
And yeah, I freaking love it.
Styles make fights, right?
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. So yeah,
There are
I'm
lots of
into
different
it.
styles. You're going to see a lot of different fights.
I am ready for it. I am ready for it.
Me
So
too.
yeah.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I think that about does it for me for the week.
Yeah. Yeah, that wraps this up. If you are new to the podcast, welcome. If you're old to the podcast, all 9 weeks of it. uh, Thank you for uh, your continued patronage. If you feel like helping us out, keeping the lights on a little bit, you want to support the podcast, our shop is online at smarkfoundationpodcast.printful.me. You can pick up a mug or a hoodie or a t-shirt with the logo that I did myself. If you have any other maybe suggestions, if you have any questions, comments, opinions, whatever, you can find us on Blue Sky. We ran those off at the top of the cast here. We would love, 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 love to hear from you, especially if you're as excited about the Continental Classic as we are, since that's the thing on our minds right now.
Mm-hmm.
If you have any ideas for stuff that you want us to talk about on the show, let us know that too. We would absolutely love to be a little bit more interactive with our audience here.
Absolutely. If your idea is kicking enough, I might just bring you on the show. So think about that.
Yeah.
And also, I mean, just a little bit of housekeeping here. Um, Tomorrow is normally the day that the podcast goes up. It will still go up tomorrow. It may be just a little bit later than usual. Uh, I mean, of course, you won't know that until you hear it. But I'm
Right.
driving back. So if you're wondering why the podcast was late today, I'm driving back from Colorado. As you're hearing this, I've probably made it home, but and uploaded the podcast. But I'm driving home from Colorado tomorrow, so the podcast will be up a little bit later. If you're wondering why it was up later,
What
also,
dedication, folks. Give him a round of applause. He's on the road and he's still made sure to record something for y'all.
Just so everybody knows, we have mentioned it before, but I'm going to go ahead and reiterate it here. Over the Christmas and New Year's Eve area of time, we will be going ahead and shutting down the podcast for a couple of weeks while we spend some time with our families for the holidays and just don't do this for a second. Um, Good news is that there will still be fresh content during that time. I'm going to go to YouTube and upload our mythical first episode, as well as a big old upload of all of our Call It in the Ring segments together. I might also do Raw, SmackDown, Dynamite, and Collision reviews and pay-per-view reviews all in one big thing together. So we'll see those, but there will be content coming out from us over those 2 weeks. I'm going to do some video editing and stuff like that. And when we return for season 2, we'll have all new YouTube screens and video layouts and all that stuff because I'm going to redesign and upgrade our look every season. So we'll be cool with that. So that'll be some cool stuff we got going on that you'll be able to kind of see and kind of follow along our journey with us. There'll also be new merch for season 2 as well. So I'll be doing quite a bit of work over those 2 weeks that we're technically quote unquote off, but we won't actually be here recording. We're both going to spend more time with our family over the holidays. So just letting everybody know, if you don't see a new episode for a couple of weeks towards the end of the year, we're just taking a break, and we'll come back
That
with
is by
season
design.
2 after that. Yeah, that is by design. That's not an emergency or anything like that. We will be back later. So we really do appreciate everybody who's listening to us. We're getting a few more listeners from the United States. Welcome, friends. A couple people from the UK. Welcome to you as well. So it's good to see that our reach is expanding. Thank you, Blue Sky, again for kind of bringing us all together, Andy and Amy Nimity. We really appreciate you guys.
Absolutely. No question about it. Like my online experience as far as social media has improved dramatically since making the switch. Like I barely even look at Twitter online anymore. Like it's just I'll probably just deactivate my account keep the domain so that nobody can like take it over and use it for evil. But yeah, I'm that they're calling it the bad place now, and you know what? That's pretty accurate. But yeah, in any case, yeah, we will see slash hear slash whatever we do interact with you.
We will talk to you.
You will hear from us in a week's time. Let's
That's true. That. Yeah. So yeah, we'll see you guys next week, and thanks for listening.